Alright, welcome everyone to session 15 of the Hall of the Dwarven King, a campaign for the One Ring role-playing game. In our last session, we had gone to the armories of the dwarves. We seek the Bell of Azanulbazar, the last of the two items that Balin sent us here to find, so that he could convince Dane Ironfoot to send an army of dwarves to reclaim the halls. We have the Axe of Durin. All we need is the bell made of mithril that would convince Dane that this is a place not to be abandoned. Now, we have heard word, in fact, in the armories of the dwarves, we encountered these strange orcs. These were not Moria orcs or Mordor orcs. These seem to be zealots or fanatics. They were dressed in robes rather than armor. They bore staves with flaming ends, with sparks dancing and heat surging from the ends of these staves. And even in the face of torture and pain of death, they did not wish to reveal their secrets. They remained resolute in their defiance. Until finally, I believe it was Thranin lopped the arm or hand off of one of these fellows, and we got a name. They told us that Thu, T-H-U, Thu, was said to have the bell. And it looked as though they were here in the armories trying to get the forges hot enough to melt mithril, and they were not able to do so. But this orc, before he died, told us that Thu knew of a fire that was hot enough to melt the dwarven metal. And he told us that we would find Thu just past those stairs. And we went down those stairs, and there we found a small hoard of goods that had been unlooted. In fact, I believe that's where Thranin found Arglat, the butcher's blade, an axe of great workmanship and keen edge. And so where we pick things up is just in the armories themselves as we pass through that door. And let me take us, as a reminder, we'll just step into the armories here. So here is where we found the butcher's blade. And sorry, I can't seem to get this unpaused. What is going on here? Let me refresh my screen. It's not letting me unpause this, so one moment. There we go. That's more like it. So we find ourselves down here, and there is an archway here at the far end of this level of the armories where that orc told us we might find Thu and the bell. Now, we are in a pretty sorry state hope-wise. Endurance-wise, we're doing okay. We have no one wounded, no one weary. We also have no one that's miserable. But we're down on hope. Fatimer, you're sitting at 8 out of 16. Vidar is at 4 out of 12. Frór is at 3 out of 10. Craic is at 4 out of 11. And Thranin is at 4 out of 12. So hope is a precious commodity at this moment. Now, before we left the last session, the three dwarves engaged in almost a solemn ritual down here. Frór took a magical ring that he'd been carrying for a long time, and he took some iron that some mithril that we had found earlier, and using the other dwarves, one of them sang a song of the forge while the others stoked the flames and beat with hammer and chisel, and he finally crafted a ring, and he presented it to Fatimer. And Fatimer, when you look at this ring, it's gold, but there is a thread of mithril that runs around it, like a small thin band. And then carved in it are 7 stars to represent the 7 stars of Durin, each of those set with mithril. And then there is a carving of, it must be the Shire or Bag End. It looks like a grassy hill with a round door. This represents home and friendship. And before we finished last session, Frór told you that the magic of the ring was that of friendship. And whenever a friend was near, when one of these beloved dwarves were near, as they have all taken you to be one of their most valued allies, the stars will glow. And you look now, and there is a faint blue light glowing from this ring. And when we left last time, you actually had some strange feeling as though this were both a blessing as well as a bane. You don't know why, but do you slip the ring upon your finger?
Yeah, I will.
As you slip it on, the dwarves look at you with admiration, the 7 stars all aglow. And I believe that was exactly where we ended, was the gift of the ring. Where do we go now? Do we go through that archway, through that door? Is there anything else you want to do here?
Well, I think that if we're all fully healed, that's probably our best path forward.
Now, we could do a short rest, which would help out Thranin. He's low a little bit on endurance. He would recover his his strength score in endurance, which is 7. That'd put him at 24 out of 29 endurance. That might be worthwhile.
That would be awesome if it's...
Yeah.
Now, during that rest, we can also pull hope points out of the fellowship pool. We have 6 points. I've kind of mentioned this is most likely our last session, so you can take those now. You can also use those points to gain a favored roll on a combat roll in close combat, but hope might be the more valuable. So why don't we do the quick, kind of the short rest, the 1 hour or so rest, and if you want to pull some hope out, let me know, and I'll reduce it from the fellowship pool.
I'll take 1 if that's okay.
Yeah. So I think when you click on the short rest, it will recover your points. Yep, just like that. And then you got the point of hope there. Did you want any hope, Vidar?
I've still got some hope.
Okay. So we've got 5 left. Anyone else want to pull hope out of the fellowship pool?
Yeah, I do. Craic does. I'm not sure if I should take 1 or 2.
Go ahead and take 2. Since you're the archer, it's important that
you're the healer, and we might need a magical success to save a life, and so you might need that hope to save someone. We got 3 points left. Fatimer or Frór?
I will take 1.
That'll leave us 2. And again, if we don't use these, if we have a combat, you can always use these to make your roll favored. Fatimer, do you want to take any hope points?
I'll just take 1.
Okay. And then be sure that on your character sheets you bump your hope up. Fatimer, I can get that for you. I'm right there already. There we go. All right. The archway has an odor to it. As you begin to walk through there, there's a smell of molten metal. It carries with it a metallic tang in the air, as well as a smell of brimstone and hot rocks, hot metal, fuel that has been consumed, ash and soot. And this is the armory. There are forges nearby. It's not an unexpected smell. Yet for our 2 non-dwarves, for Fatimer and Craic, in fact, last time, Craic, I think all of the weight of the mountains above you is beginning to become slightly oppressive. And as you feel the heat coming out of this shaft, you can smell the smoke. What goes through our ranger's mind?
I would really like, I can't wait to breathe some fresh air.
Oh, yeah.
And see the sun.
Feel rain on your face, the sun, the wind, anything but this infernal darkness echoing.
Snowfall.
Oh, yeah. The only snow you've seen fall has been ash.
Right.
And what of Fatimer? You do live in a hole in the ground.
As a hobbit, I'm used to...
But is it a nasty, dirty hole filled with the ends of worms?
Oh, no, it's a very magnificent place, and I'm honored to see it.
Now, this is not exactly comfort like your hobbit hole might be.
Right.
The heat alone it's oppressive. The dwarves don't seem to mind. This is their homeland, but for the ranger and for the hobbit, this is a little challenging, especially after all this way that you've come. You know you're very, very close. Let's do one journey phase.
Before we leave, I was wondering, did we investigate those weird torch staff things those orcs had?
I don't think we did. If someone wants to take a look at one, you certainly can.
I was just wondering if they might be something worth taking or not. Or if they're just torches.
Let me drop one into the chat. So it's almost like a quarterstaff. It's favored by the orcs. When you hold it, the fire seems to go out. It's almost like in their hands the flames work, but in your hands it's just a staff.
Huh. That's strange. So it is magical in some way.
In fact, give me a wisdom roll. You won't gain any shadow, but just to recognize that this may be a magical effect.
Yeah.
You got a 10. That was pretty close. You're not sure, but you think that there must be perhaps a magical or unexplained reason why that flame danced on the end of that staff when the orc held it, but seems to snuff out when you pick it up. Let's go to our Moria journey page. We just have a short journey down a long descent, and the stairs are slick with ash and grease. The air is dark. I need a travel roll, and it will be ill-favored. So whoever wants to roll that, when it pulls up the second screen, it'll have like the feet die. Click on it and choose worst.
I can do that.
Perfect.
Well,
so
that wasn't great.
That is actually going to result in eye awareness going up by 1. As you trudge down these steps. And you have no idea where this is going. You have no memory. You probably researched some lore in Rivendell and speaking with Balin, and some of these areas he may have described, but you have no knowledge of this. And so you're essentially going in blind. And let's see who the target of this event will be. It will be our scout. So this will be Frór. And let me roll the feet die. We're going to take the worst of these 2 rolls. Alright, we're going to take the 1, which is the Long Dark of Moria. If you fail on this explore roll, everyone in the company will gain 2 shadow points of dread. And you'll get a chance to do a valor roll. Your roll will also be ill-favored.
Well, the Dark of Moria cannot hinder the load-bearing, let's see, what is it? The North Stone that I have.
Yes.
The Lodestone North Finder cannot hinder that.
Do you spend hope to make it a magical success?
No, but I will use it to aid me in my exploring of the darkness.
A 2 die bonus to that. Oh, it's a lot of and a bunch of 6s. Okay, well, you got it easily with an extraordinary success. There is no shadow point gained as you're going down this long stretch. And as the scout, what are you looking for specifically? Do you get the sense that you're walking into a trap, or do you get the sense that they would never suspect that we would have made it this far, or they would have no idea we're even coming? What's Frór's gut telling him?
Well, even a dull-minded goblin could hear the thumping of that troll on the stone, so certainly they know that something happened, and I would be looking for signs of war parties moving about, or goblins that have scurried by, or even perhaps darker things that might dwell here.
As you're looking, you see the light of the lantern that we use glistens on a damp patch on the wall. And getting close, Frór, it looks like this might be water. And we've got a little bit of water left. We always hope we have enough, but we never know. And in this heat and in this soot, we're probably going to go through water a little bit faster. The dryness in our throats and mouths, the sweating, especially poor Fatimer is just dripping with sweat. Do you check this water out to see if it's safe to drink? You probably end up having to lick the stone to get some of this water off of there, but it may be fresh.
Well, I was going to lick the stone anyway, but I will test the water.
Let me just roll real quick. Okay. As you lick the water, the water is not cold. It's not even lukewarm. It's almost hot. Not quite like tea, but cool bath water sort of temperature. And it tastes very, very salty. There's a little bit of salt in there, probably like saltpeter from whatever ash is in the air. Give me a roll for this. I'm going to have you give me a scan roll, Frór, if you would.
Certainly.
It tastes bad, but it doesn't seem to be bad. It doesn't seem to affect you in that way. And you know that, you maybe don't know about electrolytes, but you do know that, dwarves probably have places where they, if they find a vein of salt, they might all, chip it off and put it on their food or lick it. Or, animals might lick salt, and you think this salt might actually be beneficial to everyone. Do you encourage the others to come and lick on the wall here?
Yes, I'll bring up Fatimer first. Come, little Fatimer, lick this stone. It'll be good for you. Trust me.
If you say so.
You lick it, Fatimer?
Yeah.
Give me a scan roll, Fatimer. As your delicate hobbit palate licks that greasy, sooty rock. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, you find it actually quite nice, mostly just because it's wet. Not that it's cool, it's not. Doesn't taste good, but it's wet, and just kind of rolling that around on your tongue, even though it's a little bit greasy, it's refreshing. Does everyone else partake of this?
Sure.
Yeah, if they're not immediately.
Yep, they're not immediately ill. The fever won't set in for a while. So
if they're not keeling over and vomiting, then yeah, I'll try it.
Nope, Fatimer, you're probably looking down kind of towards the bottom where it's easy to reach, and then the dwarves are all looking kind of over the same patch, not even minding if they're looking over a area where a fellow dwarf has just licked. And Craic, you're a little higher up, so you get the kind of the freshest of the water as it comes down. And after drinking for a moment, you continue on your way, somewhat enheartened by this. Now, up ahead, our lookout, you see a glow, and It's always dark down here, and you get used to your lantern light, or if you see torches. This is a glow, and it's not a glow of a single torch or a source of light. This is a glow almost of a furnace. Like, you see the shimmering kind of dark orange red light, and you can see the heat waves coming up from the bottom, and it looks small from where you see it. If you hold out your hand at arm's length, it's about the size of your thumbnail. It's very small, but it's straight down. Looks like there's a little bit of a flat passage, and then you see, it looks like maybe a portal or an archway, and you see just this red glow coming out of there. And it's probably a good 300, 400 feet away. There's a long descent still. Do you, as a burglar, do you opt to sneak up and take a look, or do you want the others with you as Frór is scouting ahead?
Yeah, I can check it out by myself.
Do you sneak up?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sneaking roll. Great success. As you get up there, it's almost like on The Return of the King, when they finally reach Mount Doom and they're going in where there's the archway and you can see the lava inside. It's almost like that. As you're approaching, it's a larger arch than you thought. And as you walk in, I'm going to take you to a map. Well, actually, you're sitting next to me, so I'm just going to show you. So you can, I don't need to drag you to the map. You can see it right now on my screen. This is what you see. And looking out, you see a huge 3-tiered tower. And it is square, 4 sides to this tower, flat sides. Each tier has jagged battlements, and then at the very top it's almost like claws or teeth, and a black foul smoke is rising up from that. Now the entire room is aglow with this red wash of heat, and you can see the shimmering heat lines coming up through the center of that tower up towards the top. And all around the tower, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small watchtowers, and each are connected by rope bridges. And you can see orcs standing guard, one each on those towers. And those rope bridges seem to lead towards that central space. Now down at the bottom, you look down, and it's just covered in a layer of smoke and haze. You can't quite see the bottom. Give me a scan roll as you're peering down in that smoke. You don't even know how deep it is. Nice. You see a little movement down there, and you feel a vibration at your side. It's your sword. Your sword is vibrating. Now, what is the bane of your sword? What is it designed to kill?
It is the spider's bane.
Yeah, you think there are probably countless spiders down there, living in that haze and soot and ash, killing whatever succumbs to this noxious fumes and falls down to their death. In fact, these series of rope bridges remind you of a spider's web. You can hear sounds coming from inside the temple. It sounds almost like chanting. You can't make out any of the words. It just sounds like many voices chanting. Now, do you go back for the others?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you tell them?
Well, I'll describe to them this fortress and the watchtowers surrounding it. And I'll say, there's definitely a lot of people there. There's this chanting. I couldn't make it out or understand it, but there's many inside the fortress, and it looked to be about one orc keeping watch on each of the watchtowers.
So if that's where you need to go, Fatimer, based on what you've seen, how do you think you could get there? Do you have the workings of a plan, or do you need the others to see this first?
I think us all seeing it might help us formulate a plan.
Does anyone have anything to say or do before I take you there? Let's go.
I got no plans.
Ain't no plan.
When you arrive, you can hear the sounds of howling, chanting. You can see the dark smoke rising up above the tower, the strange haze along the bottom, the spider's web network of rope bridges from those watchtowers to that central tower. Now, the three dwarves, let me have each of you give me an awareness roll.
Better a door.
And Craic,
I guess this is no creation of the dwarves. This is an abomination.
yeah, ooh, we have an Eye of Sauron. Craic, give me a lore roll. So with an Eye of Sauron, the shadow goes up by 1. Now, one thing that we find is the shadow actually goes up by 3. So I'm going to hit it 3 times. This is a place of profane violence and profane ritual. And stepping in here, you feel a palpable sense of foulness. And you can't quite place what it is. But there's something here that is just beyond all thought of peace and safety and happiness. This is a foul, evil place. Now, you can see from where you are those towers, and there's a guard in each tower. There are bridges that go across, and you can see, like here, where the bridges go inside the tower. The dwarves, let's see, I had you make awareness roll. Someone got an automatic success. Frór, was that with a Gandalf rune?
Yes, it was with the Gandalf rune.
With a Gandalf rune, you hear the sound of hammers clanging on metal. It sounds like something is being pounded or worked with hammers. The ringing that you hear is very distinct, and with a Gandalf rune, you know that it is the sound of steel hammers beating on mithril.
Well, I know that dwarven anvils do not sound like that.
No.
The orcs are creating something foul down here.
I don't like the smell of this place.
Oh, yes, excuse me.
It's probably an improvement. You get the impression that Thu is likely in that tower, and if the orcs are beating on mithril, they might be trying to destroy the bell.
Time's tick.
If they're trying to destroy the bell, then we should probably hurry. I don't know how stable these bridges are, though.
Yeah, they are rope with kind of rotted boards across them. They don't look like, you wouldn't want to run across these things. You could move slowly and probably be safe. If all of you go at once, that weight may prove disastrous. And Fatimer, you've seen what's down in the haze at the bottom.
Did Fatimer warn us about that?
I don't know if Fatimer did. You mentioned the layout. I don't think you mentioned the spiders.
Well, I'll mention it now.
Oh, dear.
Oh, by the way.
Now, something that's interesting in the in the Moria book, like for every location, there's a bit of like rumors you might have as well as lore. The rumor of this is none. No rumor of the Udun Temple has ever reached the outside world, and there is no record that exists of this structure.
I failed my lore roll, but
I think just your insight was enough to know this is not Dwarven make.
yeah. But I do think it. I don't know if Craic would actually know of Barad-dûr, but it reminded me of Barad-dûr.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's supposed to kind of look like that. You've probably never seen Barad-dûr, but I'm sure you have. You've probably heard stories of it, and maybe even seen artwork in Rivendell, perhaps of the last great alliance of men and elves.
Well, there's only one way across the bridge, and I've heard many tales praising the rangers for their agileness.
And hobbits as well.
Do we really need this bell?
That's the question. So, Balin has tasked us with two things, the Axe of Durin and the bell. We have the axe. The bell might be there. Now, we could charge in, hack our way through the first guard, hack our way into the tower. You might survive. Or you could opt for the burglary route. Or the distraction route. I'll kind of leave it up to you. This first part of the session today is figuring out how you want to get in there, or even if you don't, and maybe you just tell Balin, hey, we never found the bell.
I do have burglary and stealth
as your
abilities.
Distinctive features.
Yeah, so I could.
I think Fatimer does as well.
Yes, I do.
So we could try to get close and do a little recon.
Does Fatimer and Craic, do you have a little assassin in you? Would it be a misdeed to go and slit the throat of this watchman if you can sneak in there? Are you doing the greater good?
Well,
Yeah, because these guys are an abomination.
Yeah,
and
there's no redemption for these guys.
they're a total invader of the Dwarven Hall. So yeah.
So what's the plan?
The thought of not going with them just tears my guts out.
Right. Yeah, this is a rotten tooth in the mouth that is Moria. This whole temple is, only brings home the truth that the orcs have taken over the Dwarven homeland. And to let them go where dwarves fear to go or are hesitant to go is terrible. But is caution the order of the day? Will your time come? Does Arglat, the butcher's blade, crave blood to the point where you cannot hold it back?
I have to recognize each person's talents. And we have to maximize all our talents.
This might be the time for subtlety. At least now. Once you get inside and all hell breaks loose, then it might be time to drop the leash on the three dwarves.
Yeah.
Well, if that happens, we can set up a position in this hall, and you can lead them back here, and we will stand strong against them.
So, does Craic want to go by himself? Does Fatimer want to go by himself? Do you go together? Can you do this quietly?
It might be good for both of them to go, just in case we need backup or something.
Yeah.
So I will need a Just one stealth roll. This will be for the two of you. This is to get across unseen. You spend some time kind of watching the guard, and with the chanting, the guard is actually looking towards the temple. He's not looking at the cave entrance. He's got his back to you right now. You think you can get across at least this first stretch without any difficulty. So I just need one stealth roll. Only one of you needs to roll it. You can add a bonus die because you both have burglary. I'm not going to make you use a hope point for this. Who wants to make that roll?
2 squares and a check.
What does Fatimer have?
I have 3 and a check.
I think it's Fatimer.
Yep.
Sure.
I don't think you've ever failed a sneaking roll. Of course, I probably just did.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Oh, no. Yeah, you got it. Great
No.
success.
It's a lot of dice.
All right. So, Craic and Fatimer, you make it to the watchtower. Now, there is a door here, and it is got a crude lock on it. You need some sort of just crude iron key. I think maybe a riddle roll to pick this lock. So one of the two of you want to pick that?
Yeah, I think Fatimer's better at riddle than me. I only have 1 square.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do it.
You spend it.
As they're leaving, could I turn to Fatimer and just say, "Go with my goodwill, Fatimer," and perhaps that could work as an inspiration if Fatimer needs one on a roll going forward?
When you reach this lock, Fatimer, you've picked another lock before in here. That was to free the eagle. Early
Right.
on, way
Right.
early on, you had to pick that
Yeah.
lock in the dark. So you have some experience, and you look back, and you know these dwarves are counting on you to do this. Craic is ready. We just need to get past this quietly. I'll give you 1 bonus die on this roll because I really want you to succeed. Oh yeah,
Nice.
no problem. The door eases open gently, and you see straight through the door. You see the next set of rope bridges that leads to a central point and then on into the tower. And there is a ladder that goes up to the very top where you can see the guard standing. Does one of you go up and one stay down in case the guard tries to sneak down? You both go up. Do you just
I'll go
remove
up.
the ladder so
No.
he can't get down? All right, Craig's going up.
Yeah.
Give me a sneaking roll as you go
Does
up.
hunting help with that
Yes,
at all?
absolutely, because you're essentially hunting this guy.
Yeah.
He's not aware of you. You're stalking game. So, in fact, if you want to, if you've got something that will help you with hunting, or if you want to use a hunting roll, I'll let you do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a hunting roll. I actually do have the bracelets of the elk, which help with hunting.
Oh, perfect. That gives you 2 bonus dice.
Nice.
Nice. A regular success, but a success nonetheless. You get up to the top, and there's a little trap door, and it's open. He has not closed the trap door, and you can see his legs from up here. And he's wearing kind of some crude armor. You've seen these other fanatics, and they've got ropes. He's got strips of leather, almost like a skirt, hanging down to protect his legs, and he's got greaves on the front of his shins. But you're looking at his hamstrings and kind of up to just the bottom of his thigh from where you're at. And as you go up, you'll be able to see his entire body. But he's facing away from you right now. He is nearly within melee range. How do you propose to do this deed?
As I go up, can I pull out my sword and cut his Achilles tendon so he drops prone?
Yes. Give me a swords roll.
You mean the weapon roll?
Oh, yeah, yes. If it will let you. It may not let you because I'm not in
Yeah,
combat.
because we're not in combat.
If you just
If
click
I-
on swords,
Yeah,
the
that'll
skill, I
work.
think it'll
That's
let you do that.
Okay, I might actually hit a hope there just to
It's kind of a
help
big
me.
one.
Yeah. Come on. There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
with the Gandalf rune. That was on the eye, and then it rolled over.
Yep.
Awesome. So, you hack his hamstrings, and he immediately stumbles backwards with a little bit of a gasp. Now, there's enough sound of the hammering and the chanting that it doesn't seem to have, it wasn't loud enough to alert anyone you would expect. He hits the ground and rolls and looks at you, and his eyes go wide. Now, Fatimer, you hear him hit the ground above you as Craic is, you saw the flash of his sword. Fatimer, what do you do specifically? You can't tell if he's killed him yet, but you heard a body hit the ground.
I'll just go look up through the trap door, and I'll just wait there in case
Okay.
he needs help.
Now the dwarves, you see the guard fall over backwards. As far as you know, he's dead. What do the dwarves do? Do you wait for the hoot of a barn owl, or do you go?
Wait, who?
Wait for the hoot. All right, Craic, you're up on the top. He's laying on the ground. He's prone. You've got a free strike on him. It's another swords roll, if you want to end him, or unless you have another option.
Yeah, I was thinking I was just gonna do a coup de grace, but at the same time, do we think we could interrogate him?
You've gotten information out of the orcs before. It's very likely.
Yeah, and I handicapped him, so he shouldn't be able to get up.
Yeah, can't stand,
so-
can't run. And you can see up here, there's a bow that's leaned up against the parapet. There's also a little barrel of arrows. There is a horn that could be blown, a horn of alarm. And he's kind of reaching his hand out for the horn.
Oh, I'll kick the horn away and step on his hand. And then tie him up.
Nice. He lets out a yelp as you descend upon him to truss him up. Now, Fatimer, you can hear struggling up there. You hear something get kicked and clattered, and you hear another thud. This is Craic hitting the ground, kind of wrestling him down to get him tied up. It sounds like he didn't kill him with that first sword strike. There's a struggle going on. What does Fatimer do?
Okay, I'll go up to him.
Okay, by the time you climb the ladder, you can see that Craic has his rope out. He's got the hands bound behind this fellow's back, and there's a widening pool of blood around this orc's feet.
I thought maybe we could interrogate him. So I just handicapped him.
Ah, good thinking.
Fatimer, do you want to try to persuade him to talk?
Sure.
You can make a persuade roll. Tell me how you're persuading him. Are you persuading him like Thranin did by chopping off a hand?
I think I'll just say, listen, you don't need to get hurt anymore if you just listen to us and answer our questions.
Give me a persuade roll with a bonus die since he's tied up and can't really do anything.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Extraordinary success. Yeah, he spills his guts. He's terrified of... He's never seen a hobbit before. He's probably seen a ranger, but never a hobbit. And he wonders, is this some sort of, fat dwarf, down here? He's not even wearing armor like this. what is going on with this? And he's terrified of you. What do you ask him?
I'll ask him, like, what's going on in the fortress? Like, what are they chanting about?
In the fortress, Thu will raise fire hot enough to melt that bell of your kind.
The bell is in there?
And he instantly goes quiet. I've said enough.
I'll unsheath my little sword, and I'll say, answer our questions and nobody gets hurt.
Oh, you mean that bell?
Yes.
It's in there.
Good.
They've tried to break the bell. They've tried to melt the bell. But now Thu will raise heat enough to melt it so that it can be sent back to our masters. It is worth a fortune in Mithril.
How many are in the fortress?
We are legion.
How well equipped is everyone?
Do you mean, are we armed for war?
Yes.
You would not survive in there. No, Thu has no need for weapons such as you carry. What use is a weapon when he commands the very element of fire to his will? What use is armor when your flesh melts in the heat that he can summon?
Took you out pretty easily.
Okay, well, I'm not Thu. I'm his cousin Lou. They put me on guard duty for a reason. If you want the bell, blow the horn. It'll end the ritual. They'll take you to the bell. And he looks over at the horn on the ground. 3 blasts on the horn, and you will be granted audience with Thu.
Isn't that just an alarm horn?
And his eyes dart left and right. Perhaps.
Don't lie to me, Lou.
All right, look. There is nothing in there for you but death. But you must know, you have seen that which should not have been seen. Your life is now forfeit. Thu will hunt you down. Why not choose a day like today to die? Are you afraid of death, little hobbit? And he finally says the word hobbit, as though he has worked out what you are. And you see, as he's speaking, his hands, although bound, you see a slight movement of his fingers. And when you're talking, he's moving his lips slightly. At first you think it's maybe a tremble of fear, but maybe he's uttering something under his breath. Give me a wisdom roll.
Oh.
You don't know, but you think maybe it's sorcery. And I'm actually going to raise the eye awareness by 1 point. Oh, sorry. In this place, everything goes up is tripled. Let me raise it 2 more. Whew.
Oh, shh. Do I notice this too?
Yes, you do. You can give me a wisdom roll as well. Ooh, close. I'm not going to raise the eye awareness again, but it looks like maybe this is sorcery. You saw the other orc fanatic up in the armory trying to cast spells of ruin upon the rune of closure that you placed on that portal, and this looks similar. You think he's probably casting spells. Maybe he's communicating. Maybe they already know we're here.
Oh shit. I'm gonna. Is there something around that I can rip off part of my clothing or something to gag his mouth?
Yeah, and in fact, he's got so he's got like this leather skirt. He's got cloth under it to protect him from chafing and rubbing, like we all do. You could tear off a chunk of that and shove it in his mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Tear off a chunk, make it into a ball, and just cram it into his mouth.
His eyes go wide, and he gives you a look of just pure contempt. And you suspect that he had been using sorcery, and now you've stymied that. Now, our dwarves, you've been waiting, and you saw these guys go in the tower. It's now been several minutes, and nothing has happened. What if they were caught? What if they're now dead? How long do you wait?
Well, we must wait for the barn owl. That's the only way to know that we're not walking into a trap.
Thranin, Vidar, any feedback or any opinion?
Thranin is itching. He's like moving. He's like standing on the balls of one foot, then shifting, and he just wants to get going.
Ooh, give me a roll for that. This is going to be an insight roll. If you fail this, you have a compulsion to go, and there's a reason why, and we'll talk about it later if it comes up, but you almost can't hold yourself back. Yeah, you gotta go. You almost, it's like someone's pushing you onto that bridge.
All right.
Do you give in? Or do you fight it?
Am I able to fight it?
With a wisdom roll. If you pass, you can fight it. If not, you'll gain a point of shadow, and you'll have to go.
Okay, I'll try it. All right. Leroy Jenkins it is.
Let me give you a point of shadow. There we go. And that's going to raise the eye awareness. And yeah, you got to go, Thranin. The axe in your hand is screaming for blood. As Vidar and Frór look on with perhaps horror, Thranin bursts out onto that rope bridge. Now, are you running or are you crouched and sneaking? I will give you that option. As long as you're moving forward, you're okay.
Oh, I'm crouched and sneaking. I don't want any of the other watchtowers to notice me.
Perfect. Give me a stealth roll with one bonus die. Because no one is watching.
Might as well just run. Oh, with a bonus die?
Yep, with one bonus die.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You got it. All right, you head across. Now, when you get to the bottom of the tower, you see the door is open. You see a ladder going up. There's no one there, and you see the trap door is open. You don't know where they are. You would have thought you would have seen your friends or a dead body. It's like they've vanished.
I'm going to go up the ladder. That's the only place they could be.
As you're climbing up, Frór and Vidar, you see Thranin just say, "Screw it," and just head out across the bridge. What do the two of you do? Do you still wait for the signal?
Well, if there's a dwarf there, I know it's all right. Let me just put my wind chimes on, and I'll walk across the bridge.
Put some little squeakers under your shoes. Give me that stealth roll with a bonus die, because again, there's no one watching from this tower. They are down on the ground. Ooh, that was close. Missed it by 2. Let me... Okay, let's do... well, alright. Let's do a point of... Or sorry. Okay, I know what I'll do. Everything seems okay for now, as you head across. And you see Thranin heading up a ladder. Vidar, what about you?
Yeah, well, seeing Thranin go, he probably would follow at that point.
And you can hear Thranin go. He's clopping. You don't even need to make a stealth roll unless you're trying to be stealthy. You know Frór was just, huffing and puffing and jangling and like Mr. T trying to run, necklaces bouncing everywhere. Do you want to make that stealth roll and risk getting an Eye of Sauron, which will push us over the threshold for the hunt?
Yeah, Vidar's not even capable of stealth.
Okay.
Could not be farther from his mind.
All right, Craic and Frór, you see a dwarven head pop up from below, and it's Thranin. And he looks at the two of you and probably breathes a sigh of relief to see that you're not lying up there dead or being tortured. What do the two of you do as the other dwarves begin to approach? Or what do all of you do as everyone groups up in this watchtower?
Oh, thank God you're okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you find the bell?
No, we just had a bit of a incident with this guy where I handicapped him and thought maybe we could interrogate him for some information. That was taking a little longer than we would have liked. And I think he was casting some sorcery of some kind. I'm not sure, but they might already know we're here.
Then we don't need him.
Well, yeah. He did confirm that the bell's inside, though.
So we don't need him.
Yeah.
Thranin,
Throw him overboard.
What does the
spiders.
butcher's blade urge you to do?
Hack him down.
You don't even need to make a roll.
The blade needs to drink.
As you cleave into him, Craic and Fatimer, we've had the discussion, is this a misdeed? This guy's beyond reasoning. The world is a better place without him in it. This was essentially a provoked attack because you think he was using sorcery. So I'm not going to make this be a misdeed. But Thranin, you cut into him rather brutally, and you've been brutal before. You have no qualms about hacking things to pieces. But the others maybe look at you for a moment like, dude, are you okay? Like you really got into it. And long after he was dead, you still cleaved off a few limbs and embedded your axe into his cranium for the third time. And when you get up, you're spattered with blood. There's flecks of blood, chunks of flesh and fat in your beard. There's just a pool of mess on the ground that was once this orc.
Well, that'll do.
Fatimer, do you and Craic, do you have any issue seeing this? Are you okay with it? This brutal side of Thranin now?
Well, well done, Thranin. Any chance I can get a point of hope for that?
My eyes are just wide and my jaw's on the floor.
Yeah, this is more than just let's dispatch this guy. It's let's disarticulate this guy. What about Fatimer? Gentle Fatimer.
Well, I think maybe this place is bringing something out of him, like an aggression or something like that. Yeah.
Do you say anything to Thranin? Are you afraid of him?
No. I've come to know him as my friend and close companion.
Give me. Well, do you try and calm his battle lust?
No. I
Okay.
think it might be
Might be a
helpful
tool.
for us, yeah.
Well, I know who's leading the charge across the rope bridge.
Yeah, we're gonna need that where we're going.
All right, so you can still hear the sound of chanting coming from inside. You can still hear the sound of, sounds like metal clanging on the bell. How do we get from the watchtower to the tower?
Well, if they know we're here, let's just stroll on in.
Do they know we're here?
I don't know. We could announce we're here by blowing that horn.
I think
we could go.
stealth with interspersed violence may be the course.
That's probably a good idea.
Every time you hear the bang of metal on bell is when you strike with your axe.
Yeah, you got to coordinate this.
If we
So
look at the other watchtowers, do we see if any of them have been alerted by what this guy was doing?
Give me a scan roll, Fatimer. And you're a little short, so maybe you have to have one of the dwarves pick you up slightly so you can see over the parapet. Yeah, you see no guards there now. At least the two towers that are adjacent to you, this one over here and this other one, there's no guards. Whereas before you could see this one watching. You see no one there.
So they probably know we're here.
It's probably a safe assumption.
Well, this guard tower is safe. Let's hack off the bridges to the other ones, and we can go forward and leave ourselves a clear escape.
So you could... You could move to here and like cut off this one, and then no one from that side could reach you over here. You could also cut off like this one, and so this would be the only way out, would be along that bridge through here. You could cut this one over here as well.
Although Fatimer did mention something about spiders, they may be able to climb up and still hinder us on the bridges.
Darn it, I was hoping no one would have caught that.
Yeah. We also, not knowing what's going to happen inside and how things are going to go, we don't know which way we're going to be running out of the place.
Right.
So I don't know that we really want to cut off potential escape routes.
Maybe as you're making your escape, you can cut the bridges behind you.
Yeah.
Do you head over to the temple?
Sounds good.
Alright, let me take us inside.
I think that's the best plan we have.
Let's go inside the Udun temple.
Are we stealthing it?
Do you want to be stealthy?
No.
Yeah. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dwarves are probably not going to succeed on that. There's no one watching at all.
And
Okay.
we'll pick up more eye awareness.
Oh, yeah, true.
Now, as you come in through this entrance right here. And you can hear that the sound of chanting is stronger, and it sounds like it's coming from just inside, just through that passageway. So you'd have a small descent down a slope and then up another, and you'll be inside. Now, this is not crafted in the manner of dwarves or elves or men, where you would have level floors and square rooms, and this is basically like if maggots had burrowed through meat, if termites had burrowed through wood. This is the orc way. The shortest distance, is sometimes the best. Sometimes it's just, the rock's softer there. Dig that way.
Yeah, it looks like an anthill.
Exactly. There are cinders in the air in here, and you can feel that great heat coming from this central chamber. You can see as you draw nearer in the heat column and foul smoke rising up through the center of this tower to exit at the top in belching clouds of brimstone. There is no one here when you first go in, but you can hear countless voices just inside here. What's the plan?
Let's share with them the hospitality of dwarves.
Who leads the way?
Thranin will lead.
I was waiting for someone to volunteer. If not, it was going to be Thranin. Thranin, you lead the way. The air grows heavy as you make your way to this chamber. The stone here is ancient. It's older than memory, but it's been defiled. Perhaps this was an old stone column in here. You don't know, but the stone here is older than memory, but it's been defiled. There's black soot stains that are on pillars. Crude runes have been carved over older, perhaps nobler script. There's a dull, rhythmic chant that echoes from ahead, low and guttural. The sound is not merely heard, it presses against your skull, like something trying to claw its way inside. As you get closer, Thranin, you can make out the words. Ash and shadow, blood and flame. A rhythmic chant that washes through the smoke and heat. A red glow pulses faintly beyond the archway, like the heat bed of something slumbering far below, an old fire ancient. As you enter the chamber, the chanting stops. At the far end stands a towering orc, draped not in crude armor, but in tattered black robes, stitched with bone and iron. His skin is scarred with ritual cuts, and his eyes burn with a sickly, knowing fire. Now, I've got a picture of this guy. That's the guy right there. He smiles, not with rage, but with certainty. The priest turns away from where you are, facing a massive pit in the center of the hall. Heat rolls out of it in waves, like a profane crucible. He begins to chant louder now, his voice layered as if something else speaks with him. Now you can see, near him, is a bell. And it is no ordinary bell. Your mouth drops open when you see this bell for the first time. And let me post a picture of it. As you see this magnificent bell, there are broken chisels, hammers whose wooden shafts have shattered, trying to mar this holy surface, and none have been able to pierce the mithril that is as strong as a dragon's scale. When you see that, Thranin, you're going to lose a point of shadow, and you're going to gain a point of hope.
Oh.
And this will hold true for the other dwarves as well. When you see this, you can remove one shadow and gain one hope as you see the bell. This is what you've come for. The priest begins to chant. His voice is layered as if someone else speaks with him. Flame unquenched, shadow undying, break the stone, unbind the fire, by iron, blood, and blackened will. I call thee forth. And the ground begins to tremble faintly. From the pit, a deep, resonant sound answers. Not quite a roar, not quite a breath. The chanting becomes frenzied. The orcs all join in, pounding staffs against the stone in a thunderous rhythm. Udun! Udun! Flame of the deep! Cracks begin to spiderweb across the floor. Light, true, terrible light, bursts from the pit. The priest screams, not in pain, but in ecstasy. Come forth, O terror of fire and shadow! Come forth and devour! And there is a moment of silence. What do you do?
Oh no. We
Pardon
have to get
me,
out of
I
here.
believe you have something that belongs to us.
We got to get out of here.
The bell is right there. Now, it's large. It's bigger than you thought. Maybe you thought this was like a small bell that a single person could carry. No, it's large. Before you rises a bell, unlike any other wrought by mortal hands. It is vast, as tall and wide as two dwarves standing shoulder to shoulder, and it gleams with an otherworldly light untouched by rust or tarnish. The surface is wrought from pure mithril, pale as moonlight on a winter stream. Every curve of its shape is flawless and smooth. Intricate runes are etched about its rim and crown, patterns of flowing Kuzdul script, interwoven with symbols of Durin's line, the hammer, the anvil, the mountain, crowned with stars. And though the air is still, the bell seems alive with quiet resonance, as if it remembers its own voice. And as the three dwarves look at the bell, you feel a faint hum in your bones, a deep thrumming note that stirs not the ear but the heart. Even cracked stone seems lighter, as though it yearns to carry its sound again. And legends say that when it tolled in ages past, its voice rolled from the endless stair to the great gates, ringing in every hall and chamber of Khazad-dûm. Clear as silver, thunderous as storm, it was a summons that no dwarf could ignore. Now, silent though it stands, you cannot help but imagine that voice, a song of unity, of pride unbroken, a call to gather all Durin's folk under one banner once more. So this thing is large, but being of mithril, you know it's very, very light. Likely 2 people could carry this.
I'll go with you, Thranin. Let's go and retrieve the bell.
Let me drag through the fire speaker here.
Can I see the priest from here?
Give me a... Well, you know what? Yeah, you can. I'm not going to have you give me a roll for that. You can see the priest.
Okay.
There are a couple other orcs. Let me grab a few. I'm going to add... I mean, there's probably 20. I'm just going to put a couple of tokens on here. The bell is in between Thu and that other orc. Now he is at the opening of this pit. The bell is behind him. Again, perhaps this could be burgled, if you could burgle a massive bell the size of 2 dwarves standing side by side. So yes, you can see the priest from where you are, Craic.
But they haven't seen us yet?
If they have not seemed to make any move to attempt to stop you. And you think perhaps they're not even aware of you. Perhaps they're so engrossed in this ritual, this of ecstasy on the faces of these orcs, that they don't even care that you're there.
Because that ritual has Craic terrified that he wants to get out of here. But then you said this thing was light enough that maybe it could be burgled.
Yeah, so maybe two people could. So it, maybe Craic and Fatimer could go burgle that bell if the dwarves need to, cause a commotion or a distraction, or just maybe you guys can sneak in and get it. All eyes are on the pit. But then there's a nagging feeling at the back of your mind, like, what if they're just waiting? What if this is the trap? I'll just plant that seed.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Brave little hobbit. You look over at your companions, Fatimer. You've been through a lot. This could be the last time you see them. What goes through your mind as you look at them? Maybe you don't all make it out of this temple. Maybe none of you do.
Well, I know that getting this bell means our quest is coming to an end. And if we do get the bell, then that means all we have to do is get out of here, and we've succeeded. So I say let's just go for it.
Little Fatimer, let me...
You want to try to burgle it?
Let's do it.
Frór, what do you say to Fatimer?
Oh, never mind. I put my faith in you, Fatimer.
And Fatimer, maybe Frór puts a hand on your shoulder, and you reach up and clasp his arm, and you see that glow of those mithril stars on your ring to remind you of the friendship and the fellowship that you have with all of these people here. So just like before, the Hobbit and the Ranger are going to burgle. What do the dwarves do? There's a brief
Hold Thranin back.
Yeah. Frór and Vidar and Thranin. When the two others go for the bell, what's your action? What do you do? There's a terrible silence that fills the hall as the heat continues to surge up through that opening.
I'm gonna kill that witch.
You're making a move
But
on the fire speaker, on Thu?
I will hold back. If they can burgle it, if they fail at burgling, I'm going in. And I'm going for the witch.
How about Frór?
Yes, I'll go with you, Thranin, but for now, let's watch.
And Vidar?
Yeah, give them a chance.
Alright, like before, I need a sneaking roll.
Now, since I picked Fatimer as a fellowship focus, can I give Fatimer a little bonus too?
Yes.
On the...
So if you spend a point of hope, that gives Fatimer 2 bonus die on this.
Okay, I'll do that. Where's my hope points? There it is.
So I get 2 bonus die.
Yeah,
Do
so
I
do
get the inspired on the
Yep,
hope?
and then, by the fellowship.
Okay. Wait. Alright.
And before they go, we all know the plan, right?
Kill the
We
orcs.
cross the rope bridges and we cut them, right?
Yep.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
Fatimer, do you spend hope and tap into your burglary distinctive feature as well to become inspired yourself?
Yeah.
Because, you'll be able to... Let's see, you're going to stack support from a companion, as well as hope point, plus the inspired, plus the fellowship focus. So that's 1, 2. That's going to be an extra 4 dice. Whew.
Look at that.
Nice.
Oh.
With a Gandalf
Nice.
rune. Fatimer, you and Craic stick to the shadows and make your way around so you're standing near the bell. Now, Fatimer, when you see this, you think there's no way you can lift this. There was a bell in the Shire that, in Michael Delving, that would ring from time to time, an old brass bell. And you know that thing took 4 or 5 men with a pulley to get it up to the top of that bell tower. And that was, scarcely a tenth the size of this bell. However, as you and Craic reach under and grab the lip, it is surprisingly light. This, to your hands, can't weigh more than maybe 50 pounds or so. You can easily carry this, although it's cumbersome. 2 of you can carry this without much difficulty. As you pick up the bell, let me have Thranin give me an awareness roll.
Oh. An awareness roll?
Yep. Nice. Great success. As the bell is picked up, you hear a sound. And you don't know if it's your ears or your bones or your soul that hears this sound. But it is the sound of a bell. And it's faint at first, but it seems to grow. And you know that this bell still has that voice that can call a dwarf home. Now, as they pick up the bell, the eye awareness goes up. And the hunt has started. The enemy is aware that the bell is back in the hands of the good folk. This will start the hunt. So you're standing there holding the bell. There was silence after the priest screamed, "Come forth, O terror of fire and shadow! Come forth and devour!" And then that reddish glow is obscured for a moment as a colossal shape shifts within the light. Fire coils upward like a living storm, and something vast unfurls within it. 2 burning eyes open in the abyss. A whip of flame lashes out, striking stone and turning it molten. The chamber is suddenly too small, too fragile for what is emerging. The priest falls to his knees, arms spread wide, laughing as the heat sears his flesh. And from the pit rises shadow, wrapped in flame, its presence crushing, ancient, and full of wrath, long spent. Now, Moria does not belong to the orcs. None of the warring chieftains, not Malek, not even Azog, was truly Lord of Moria. Indeed, the orcs are latecomers here. The true Lord of Moria arose in fire 1,000 years ago and drove the dwarves from their ancestral halls. For many centuries Moria was empty, save for one being, silent, its dreadful footsteps echoing in the dark. Slowly the goblins crept in. They snuck in through hidden tunnels and caves, gingerly probing the house of their old foe. They found gold here, and steel, and mithril. They found gems and jewels just lying about, glittering in the light of fading lamps. They laughed, they cackled, and rejoiced at the downfall of the dwarves and the bounty of treasure that lay before them. And then flames leapt in the shadows. And those same flames now begin to rise up from the pit.
Please tell me it's a troll.
Nope.
That's what I was afraid of.
All right. So,
I fought goblins tougher than this. Come on, Thranin. We can take him.
It has not looked at you in the eyes. It is looking at Thu Fire Speaker. Flames are spilling out, igniting their robes. You see the wooden shafts of their torches begin to blacken and crumble in their hands. You see the very flesh being withered away from the bodies of many of the lesser orcs that stood there offering their voices to the Balrog. Only Thu seems to be able to withstand the heat of the fire as Durin's Bane rises up out of the pit. When it comes up, it is a thing of terror. Everyone will need to make a Valor roll. If you fail, you'll gain 3 shadow points. If you fail this Valor test, you are daunted and cannot spend hope for the rest of the fight, unless you can get away from it. Oh, so no loss of shadow for Frór. Ooh, Vidar and Thranin will each take 3 shadow points. Craic, you can spend hope, but you will only take 1 shadow point. And Fatimer, you take 3 shadow and cannot spend hope. I'm going to drag us into combat. Let me make Craic and Fatimer miserable.
It won't let me add the shadow to my sheet.
Okay, I'll grab it for you. You have to do it where it says temporary.
Yeah, it won't
Still
change
wouldn't
it.
let you do it? Okay. Let me grab that. And you gained 3?
I think it's because I'm popped out.
Oh, could
yeah.
be. I'll fix it for you. So you're at 4. All right. So, here's the situation. We've got Craic and Fatimer holding a bell. You can't make a volley unless you drop the bell. We've got the 3 dwarves staring at hell on earth. If any of you want to make an opening volley, you can. Let's start with... does Vidar, do you do any sort of opening volley here?
He could throw his spear. I feel like it would just light on fire immediately, but...
Right, make it mad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he probably would just for the sake of it.
Or do you run?
Not really Vidar's thing. He's always stood firm.
Ooh!
Nice.
Okay. Extraordinary success. Go
One
ahead.
shot. One shot.
Got him in the eye. Oh, I see. I didn't roll the weapon. That was my...
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do the math. So, with your spear, let's see, what was your... You rolled a 4. So you can't make it a piercing blow, but you can add your strength. So you can add 12 to this, and your spear does 3. So it would be 15 points of damage if you want to make it a double heavy blow.
Yeah, pretty much what he was trying to do.
Nice. 'Tis but a scratch. How about Thranin? Do you make any sort of opening volley?
I will try to use my awe.
Against the Balrog or against Thu Fire Speaker?
Fire Speaker.
Nice.
Something tells me that thing's pretty fearless.
Yep.
Jump in the fire!
Nice. So that will make the Might 1 foes weary. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
How about Frór?
No, this is the shadow that lies upon Durin's tomb, and I won't leave Fatimer to fall to it. I will go and pick up his end of the bell and tell Fatimer to run, to fly, you fool.
All right, we get into the close combat phase. If you guys want to choose stances, you can. If you're carrying the bell, just put yourself in a rearward stance. All right, Vidar, you're up.
Nice, yeah.
Nice. So you deal 8 damage. Now, something else happens when you strike this foe. So actually, I think everyone regains endurance. Is that correct? This might only help.
Oh, yeah, I think they get at least 1. Yeah.
So 1 point of endurance for everyone. I think that's mostly just going to help Thranin. But when you strike this foe, he's got a lot of fell abilities, and one of them is called Flame of Udun. When a player hero hits the Balrog with a close combat attack, you suffer a severe endurance loss from fire damage. That is a roll. You roll a feat die. I'm going to let you roll this. So you're going to type /R space 1DF. That is a 7. So you actually take 7 points of endurance from the heat as flames roil around you. So I'm going to mark off 7 endurance from you. Nice.
Vidar, your beard, your beard!
Thranin.
All right. We're going to do this. I am attacking, but I am keeping an eye on where the bell's at.
Ooh. It's an extraordinary success, even with the Eye of Sauron. 20 damage. Let me apply that. And roll a feat die for me. /R space 1DF. You take 10 points of endurance damage.
That's a bummer.
That's a bummer. I think that's going to make you weary probably right off the bat.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. So your load is... Nope, your load's 11. You're still good. All right. Craic, you're carrying the... No. Who's carrying the bell? Craic and Frór?
I'm still carrying the bell. I had a question, though.
Yes.
Is it possible to ring the bell?
Yes, absolutely. I was waiting for someone to do this.
If I had, if I bang it with the butt of my sword or something, can...
100% yes.
Nice.
You clang the bell. At first there is silence, a breathless pause, as though the world itself leans in to listen. Then from the heart of the bell, a single note blooms. It is clear and bright, a silver tone that cuts the air like sunlight piercing storm clouds. Yet beneath that brightness rolls a deep thunder, vast and unshakable, as if the mountain itself has lent its voice. The sound surges outward in waves, filling the hall, pouring down every corridor, racing through stone passages long choked with shadow. The walls tremble, not with threat but with recognition. Dust drifts from the high vaults, stirred by a vibration that is less heard than felt, a resonance that thrums in your chest, in your bones, in the very roots of the mountain. For a heartbeat, you hear not merely a bell, but the echo of a people, the tramp of iron-shod boots, the ring of hammers on anvils, the laughter of countless voices raised together in song. The memory of Khazad-dûm lives again, summoned by a single, unbroken note. And beyond the beauty of it, there is dread. For the sound does not stop at your ears. It races outward, beyond you, echoing through the deeps and the high places alike. Every orc, every troll, every watcher in the dark will hear it, and they will know the dwarves have awakened something that they could not silence. This unholy place begins to crumble under the sound of that bell. as though those sound waves will this tower to return to ash and slag, and great chunks began to fall down into the pit, narrowly missing the Balrog, forcing it back momentarily. Its great flaming sword raised up over its head, rending through a giant slab of falling stone as a hot knife would cut through butter. Thu falls to his knees in pure rapture at seeing his god here on earth. And as the cracks begin to form in the walls, all of the dwarves know this place is coming down. Fatimer, what do you do?
I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay. Frór, what about you? You have the bell. This may be a chance to make your escape.
Well, if I'm sure that Fatimer has run ahead of me, then I'll begin to carry with all my dwarven might the bell out of this evil place.
Yeah, you wait for Fatimer to pass first, giving Fatimer a look like, let us leave this place at once. And you head out out that exit from which you came, and as you get outside, you see that the many of the rope bridges have collapsed with the crumbling of the tower. Now you are able to find a way, but it's not the way back that you came. When you come out, you see that this over here is the only exit on this side that you'd be able to make quickly with the bell. And so you wildly dash that way as the watchtowers crumble, as the rope bridges sway beneath the tolling of that bell and the effects that it had on this chamber. And as you exit through that entrance there, carrying the bell, urging the others on, Frór, you take one look back and you see a glow like a hot coal in the heart of this fallen temple as it collapses in upon itself, and then a flaming sword emerges up from the stone as something is cutting its way free. And let's take our break there. And when we get back, we will finish the campaign. So I will see you all in about 8 minutes.
Doesn't make much sense to me. might be out to get me. A hero in armor and truth, bards tell my legacy. The flame of my torch illuminates the enemy. I win in the battle, hewing foes asunder. Deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. The bodies pile up before me, the corpses I plunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to immutable paper. And while in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice in my fate is unspoken. I drink my last potion. I charge through the open gate. The flame of the dragon tried to seal my awful fate. With a handful of dice, 5 times I rolled 20. The dragon goes down, the DM no bloody. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to immutable paper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice in my fate is unspoken. The king honored me with a mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a hero, struggling to stay alive. It's worth all the hardship though, 'cause now I'm a level 5. Level 5.
All right, I am back. Sound off if you're here.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
There's Henrik.
I'm here.
There's Ubik. Do we have Craic? Are you here? No sign of Craic yet. He should be with us shortly. Let's go to back to the map here. We'll kind of talk about our plan and what we've got going in our favor. Looks like Craig's back
Sorry.
with us. Oh, no problem. We were
I am here.
just having a little chit chat. So now that we're back into the action, we've got the bell. We have made our way out of the Udun temple, carrying the bell. But it looks as though the Balrog is soon to free itself from the remains of that temple, likely to pursue us as long as it can, which is eternally for the time we're in these mines. So carrying this, who's carrying the bell? It's Frór and Craic?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, Frór took Fatimer's spot so that he might run ahead.
Excellent. As we are doing this, I need Thranin to give me a travel roll. You've not been on this path that you're on now. Oh, nice. You get a success. And let me have our lookout give me an awareness roll. And then I'm going to have our delver, which is Vidar, give me a craft roll. Ooh, Fatimer. Excellent. As we are traveling, let me take us to our Moria map. So you can see where we are right here on the map. We are beginning to travel westward. And we've not been this way, but with that successful travel roll, Thranin, you know that the endless stair is likely up ahead. Now, Fatimer, with your failed awareness roll, as we're running, presumably as fast as we can, you don't see the first of the orc arrows as it whizzes past your head. There are orcs up ahead, firing at us. And Vidar, you fail to register the sounds that you're hearing behind you, which is the rending of stone by heat and by a force that is insurmountable. It's the Balrog is bursting through the passageways behind us as we travel. Now, as we come up to the orcs that are up ahead of us, I don't think we want to stop. The danger ahead of us is much easier than the danger behind us. You can see a few orcs up ahead. So we're going to work off of this map for a while. So just to make life easy, I'm going to drag your tokens out here. And there's a couple of orcs up ahead.
Thranin will run out ahead of the bell, presumably to clear the way.
You see two orcs and a goblin. Where's my goblin? There's goblins. The one firing the bow. So let me drag us into just a quick combat here. So as we're coming up on this, we have the chance to do an opening volley if you're not carrying the bell. Now, Vidar, your spear was absolutely consumed when it hit the Balrog. It did damage, but your spear was just vaporized with those flames. So unless you have another ranged weapon, you won't be able to do an opening volley. Do you have something else, or was that your only thrown weapon?
Oh yeah, that was it.
Okay. Craic, you're carrying the bell. Frór's carrying the bell. Thranin, if you have a ranged weapon, and then Fatimer, and then we'll move in, and then the goblin will get a shot, and then we'll move into close combat.
I will
So,
use my awe
excellent.
as an opening volley,
Perfect. And Fatimer, do you
and
want
he will start to sing.
Ooh, give me a song roll.
Song, song, song. Where's song? Oh, there's song. Ooh.
If you pass this, I'll give you a bonus die. No, no bonus die. You're choking on the smoke that's roiling through this passage as you're singing, and your voice is croaking, and at first you fear it gives you weakness, but you don't worry about such things. You're a dwarf, and this is your home, and so you rise up with the butcher's blade above your head. Give me that awe roll. Aw, great success. So up to might 2 will be affected by this. Fatimer, do you want to take a shot?
Yeah.
Fatimer, automatic piercing blow. You can make it a heavy blow. He needs to make a protection roll. Wounded. How do you do it?
Nice.
How do you one-shot that orc? That was the chieftain.
Oh, nice. Well, I just need him to get out of my way, so I don't stop running. I just sling out my bow, take a shot, it hits him, and I keep running.
Nice. The goblin archer will go next, and the goblin archer is going to shoot at Thranin. With a bow of horn, and it will be weary. Ooh, and it lands a hit. It can't make it a piercing blow, but it can make it a heavy blow. Now, Thranin, you're going to take 6, unless you get knocked back, and you'll take 3.
No,
This will make
no
you
gas,
weary,
no brakes.
but yeah. And then the chieftain's dead. The orc soldier has a spear that he will throw, and let me randomly choose who he's going to throw this at. So it won't be Thranin, but it could be any of the others. It's going at Craic, the tall one.
Okay.
And he hurls his spear at you. He is also weary because of the awe roll. Oops, get rid of that. And that's a miss, I believe. Yep, that's a miss.
Ooh.
And we go to close combat. Vidar and Thranin and Fatimer, you can choose your stance. The others are carrying the bell. All right, Vidar, you're up first. There is the orc soldier here and the goblin archer on the bottom. Nice, 8 damage. And so everybody gains 1 endurance point, which that's good for Thranin. And then Thranin, it's your turn.
I gotta reopen my sheet because the thing wasn't working. Popped out. Let me get my point of endurance. Okay, and I'm going to whack him. Damn, I'm weary. Can I spend hope now?
You sure can.
Okay. Never die with hope.
Yep. Oh. Great success. So do you make that? Yep. Heavy damage. Apply all damages. Nice. You take that one out. Fatimer, you're up next. Fatimer hits with another arrow. And the orc soldier does not. Let's see. Oops. That orc soldier. He is going to attack either one of Vidar or Thranin. I'll flip a coin here. Goes after Thranin. Swinging his scimitar, and he's weary. And that's a miss. That will take us to round 2. That weariness will wear off. And if anyone wants to change stances, they can. Otherwise, Vidar, you're up first. Oh, he's got 1 hit point. If you can hit him.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, how do you just absolutely destroy this guy?
I think Vidar was annoyed because he hit him and he just ignored Vidar completely and went for Thranin. I think he's almost offended, and on principle he just hits him in the back and it just completely annihilates him.
It's like, what about me? You will, everyone will gain 2 endurance points, so that'll help Vidar and Thranin quite a bit there. Let's end that encounter. For some reason it will not let me delete these guys. Let me move them out of the way. There we go. And you find the stair up ahead of you once you move past them. Now this is going to be a skill endeavor, kind of like we've had before. This resistance will be daunting, and we'll have just enough time to do this. So we need to get... oh, it didn't do it. Let me do it again. Daunting, enough time. This endless stair runs the entire height and depth of Moria. Now, we need to get 9 successes, and we get 5 attempts. Now, we'll do some skills interspersed with combat, and if we pass the combat, that will count as a success. But we're going to need a couple of skill attempts here first. We only get 5 attempts. Now, the combats won't count as those attempts. That will just count as, for the skills. So, let's start with Fatimer. Fatimer, we're at the bottom of the stairs. You see this long flight of stairs, and your poor legs are already tired. And you don't know how far up this goes. The dwarves probably tell you, the endless stair. The scales up to the top of the mountain's peak. And you think, I got to climb how far? But you can't show this weakness. What do you do, Fatimer?
Could I maybe do like a scan roll to see any like spots of light or like, I don't know, a breeze moving?
Yeah.
Anything?
Yep, give me a scan roll. Yeah, let's get some...
Oh, nice.
Some ambiance. Oh, excellent. Let me get some different tunes here for us. Let's get the... right there. With an automatic success, that will be 1 success on there. Excellent. You sense that the smoke that's coming from the Udun temple is going chimney-like right up these stairs. And so there must be air drawing it upwards. So there's probably a way out. This may lead indeed up to the surface, or perhaps it goes up a short distance and then veers off to the side. You don't know, but at least you get the feeling like this might go out to the surface, and that thought alone is enough to spur you on. Let's do one more success as you begin to climb these stairs, the sounds of pursuit hot on your heels. Who wants to make the next roll?
Thranin will do athletics.
Yeah, I think we definitely need an athletics roll. Maybe you spell off people with the bell. Maybe you spur them on. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Now, my endurance is higher than my load. Should I still be wary?
Oh, yeah, because you just gained health. So let me take weary off of there. Thank you. Let's get rid of that. Now you, you should be miserable, though.
Oh.
Yeah, so let me mark you miserable. That just means if you roll an Eye of Sauron, it's an automatic failure. Gandalf rune. Nice. So that
Steamrolling
is
up them
success.
stairs.
All right, that's 2 successes. We've got 3 more attempts. Let's do one more, and then we're going to be beset upon by a foe.
Could I do hunting, like I'm looking for tracks to find maybe the most efficient way out or something?
Yeah, I like that. And you can use your is it your bracelets that help you with hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could actually use them to give me a magical success, couldn't I?
You sure can. Just spend a point of hope.
Yeah, I think I should do that.
We got a 6, so that's 2 successes. Nice. So that is
It
3.
seemed like
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that seemed like less dice than there should have been.
So did you
I
add
don't
2
know.
dice for the item as well? Because the item will add 2 bonus dice to it. So it didn't roll the 12-sided because it's automatic success. So it'll just roll the 6s. Did you add 2 bonus dice to it? You
No,
should have
manually.
rolled 3.
No,
You should
yeah.
have rolled 5. So roll
forgot about
2d6
that.
for me, and if you get any 6s, we'll count them. Oh, /R.
Sorry,
Close.
I hit the. Yeah, I got the. I hit the wrong. There we go. Nope.
Darn it. All right, so we're making our way, and you can see that there is some as we're climbing up the stairs. At first, you feel like we're the ones being hunted, but this may be the swiftest way out of Moria. Is this straight line up? And it's daunting, but you think about the wild. The goats that live on the sides of the mountains here in the Misty Mountains, you know that they can scale these high passes and with agility, and that knowledge helps you as well as your hunter's mind. As you know, if I am the prey, how do I turn this against my foe? And you're looking for anything you can that may slow down any sort of pursuit. And you find a few tumbled rocks here and there, and maybe you kick a few down so they tumble down the stairs to potentially slow down any sense of pursuit. Let's go to a combat here. As we're heading up here, you can hear voices from the tunnels up ahead, and suddenly a few figures emerge from up above, and we've got not these ones. I need these ones. We have 3 black Uruks, Mordor orcs, with their captain in the lead. And I'll draw us into combat. Alright. Any that want to do an opening volley, there is actually no room on these stairs to do a volley until they're close. These stairs spiral up, and so you don't get a shot until they are upon us. So we go to close combat. You can choose your stances. Now, when they're in close combat, you can do a ranged attack, but you just don't get that volley as they're closing the distance. Vidar, you're up first. Nice. That will heal 1 point of endurance for anyone that's wounded. Thranin, you're up next.
It won't let me heal. Bastard. Okay.
I'll get it for you.
I'm going after the captain. And it won't let me attack either. Hang on, let me close out.
Yeah, hit F5 and refresh your browser and see if that helps. Mine's kind of acted weird as well. I can't target it how I normally do.
Sorry for the flow out there.
And
Still
then,
not.
Craic and Frór, on your turns, I'm going to have you both make athletics rolls.
Okay.
Oh. I didn't have him targeted.
There we go. Now I see he's targeted.
Such a noob.
You've only played how many games on Foundry?
Yeah.
Oh, and I have Sauron, and you're miserable, so it's an automatic failure. And that would raise the hunt, it would not raise the eye awareness. We've already had a hunt. Let's have Craic give me an athletics roll. Been carrying the bell up these stairs. It's not super heavy, but it is cumbersome. Yeah, you may need to switch off with someone soon. In fact, it feels like you're going to drop the bell. And it's not so much the weight as just your hands are trembling. They've been gripping this for some time. Frór, I need an athletics roll as well.
Yes, if I use hope, could I use fierce to inspire myself?
Absolutely. Nice. Great success. Fatimer, you may take a shot. I'm going to move Thranin up just so I remember Thranin is a possible close combat target. Fatimer, with a great success, you can you make that a piercing blow with a bow? I think you can. Let me make sure. With a bow, you get a plus 2. So yeah, you can make that a piercing blow with your bow.
Awesome.
Nice. He is protected, but he does take some damage. Nice. Alright. This Black Uruk, he will go after... He goes after Thranin. I'm going to move him below here. And he will swipe at you with his broad-bladed sword. Oh, hell.
Ooh.
Dang.
Ooh.
Okay, 19 damage. You can take the knockback, and you'll take 10, or you can take the 19, which will drop you to 0.
I'll take the knockback. Thank you.
Okay. So that will knock you back. I'm going to change your stance to rearward as you fall back. That's going to expose Vidar. And they're going to gang up on Vidar. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's a piercing blow. Alright, Vidar, make that protection roll. You are protected. You will take 10 damage, or you can be knocked back and take 5. Nice. Let me make you weary. Okay. And then this one will attack. And so you didn't get knocked back, right?
No, he did not.
No, you took it. You get hit by, well, this one swings at you, doesn't necessarily hit you, and does not hit you. Gandalf Rune doesn't help the bad guys. And then the last one will go after you as well. As you stand alone, protecting the party from this group of orcs, as your companion falls back under the cruel blow of the captain, and you're struck for 4 damage. I'll let you apply that to yourself. Alright, we go to round 2. Vidar, you're up first. Anyone else want to change stance? Craic, you're going to have to let go of the bell. You can swap out with Fatimer, and then you can get into combat if Fatimer wants to help Frór with the bell.
Sure.
Okay.
At the end of the last round, could I begin to sing to
Yes.
get away with, do away with the weary,
The weariness? Yep.
the weary condition?
Yeah, give me a song roll. Ooh, but so close.
Well, I can't quite get the words. Perhaps if one of us were to ring the bell again. Otherwise, I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe we should ring the bell again.
I'm gonna move Craic up into combat. Vidar, you're up first. Oh, nice. 22 damage. Everybody regains 3 endurance points. How do you eliminate
nice.
the Black Uruk captain?
Yeah, I think he's like just seeing red, and he's just kind of swinging wildly. He always does seem more effective when he's hurt.
Right. And Craic, you're up next.
Yep, I'm going for the one right below me. And gonna take a swing. Come on.
Missed by
one
one.
off.
Frór, you and Fatimer are carrying the bell, and you're making some room. You're trudging up the stairs while they're holding back the foe behind you.
Could
either of
could
you want to ring
Frór-
the bell?
Yes, could Frór ring it with the axe of Durin?
Ooh, yeah. Give me an insight roll. You strike it with the axe of Durin, and there's a spark that comes off of this. It's a brilliant flash of light, and you hear the stamping of iron-shod dwarven boots, and you look around and you swear that all of the dwarves that must have died here in Moria hear the call, and you feel a great rushing of wind coming down from above, down, swirling around the endless stair, pushing the smoke back for a few brief moments, as though this army of dwarves marches to your call. And these orcs will turn and flee. Now, if Vidar and Craic want a free attack on them as they run, you may take that. Otherwise, the orcs will break.
Oh yeah, I'll take one for sure.
Yeah. And especially if Vidar gets a hit, that's great success. So that's 2 endurance points for everybody. That orc will make a protection, and he is wounded. So Vidar, how do you kill that orc?
Nice. I guess he's fleeing, so the axe just takes him, like, I don't know, right in the spine.
Nice. Wow, and Craic forces a protection roll as well. He is protected, but he takes a fierce hit. They will break and run with the tolling of the bell. Let me get these guys off of here. Alright, and let's go back to our thing here. I'm going to add a success. Alright, so that is still counts only as 3 attempts, even though it shows 4. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So we've got 2 more attempts. We need 4 more successes. Who wants to make the next skill roll? Magical successes are probably a good idea.
I'm so weary.
Yeah, weary's not going to help, because if you get a 1, 2, of course, really you're just going for 6s if you go for a magical success. So weary wouldn't matter that much.
Oh, that wouldn't hurt me?
Nope, because it only makes 1, 2s, or 3s count as 0, and if you're going for a magical success, all you really need are 6s, and so 1, 2s, or 3s wouldn't matter. So if you want to go for a magic success, you could do an athletics. You've got your rope and... Actually, sorry. You could do your Thrim's Eye to do a scan roll. You could do Kelimhar War Priest Heartstone to do a healing roll.
I'll do scan.
Perfect. And so then make it a magic success and add 2 dice, 2 bonus dice to that roll. Ooh, alright, that's 2 successes. Oh, why did it do that? Okay, it lost all of our progress. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 1 more attempt. We need 2 successes. What does your scan roll reveal, Thranin, as you're climbing up these stairs? What's something good that comes as on the map? Let's say you are just above the Great Road, and you recognize this as the guide. You know exactly. We're at the midpoint.
Yes. I can see the best path up the stairs, as far as like looking out for loose rocks and such, and maybe staying closer to the wall if possible.
Excellent. I'm going to need 1 more roll, but we're going to wait just a second for that. As we begin to make the climb, there's no foes around us. Perhaps the tolling of that bell, perhaps that rushing of wind as though an army of undead dwarves or dwarven spirits came to our aid. But soon the smoke begins to return and begins to surge up from below. And not just the smoke, but cinders and ash. And you can feel a tremble in the mountain below, and a tremble on these stairs as the stones beneath your feet groan at the approach of something vast and large, and you can only guess at what it might be. I need 1 more skill roll to finish this up. Who wants to take the last skill roll? We need 2 successes if we're going to pass this. Anyone feeling lucky? Want to burn a point of hope for a magic success so we at least get one?
I could do.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I could do an awareness roll.
Let's see
And
what
get a
you've
magic
got.
success on
Magic.
that.
You've got your
The
silver
silver-
circlet of the sun.
Yeah.
What is your awareness? Oh yeah, you've got 3. That would give you 5 extra dice you would roll.
Yeah.
There's a good chance you get a 6 there. In fact, almost even odds you get a 6. So make it a magic, add 2 dice. Oh, you got it.
Nice.
Okay. You get the great success. And as the silver circlet of the sun, as you activate it, you know that the sun itself is not far away. And you reach about here, these upper levels. The air starts to get thin up here, but it gets clean. It's almost like you're leaving the decay and the rot down below you as you climb. And everyone is panting, sweat-soaked. The water skins have run dry. It's all you can do to keep your legs moving. As you get up near the top, the air begins to turn cold as well. It is late spring in the world outside, and there's likely still plenty of snow on the mountain. And that chill seeps into you after all that heat, and it's almost like a fever breaking. And as you continue to climb up, you are within shouting distance of what must be the entrance. You can see light up above, not directly, but coming down as though light from whatever entrance up above is willing its way down into this stair through small windows that have been cut, shafts driven down in to reflect light into these stairs. And when Fatimer and Craic see the sunlight, it's been a while since you've seen this. You can each lose 1 point of shadow if you have shadow. And then I'm going to take us to a combat map. As you near the top, your time begins to run out. And Durin's Bane has arrived again. Put him up here in the middle. Who is carrying the bell at this moment? We are a 2 or 3 minute sprint from the way out.
I believe it's Frór and Fatimer have the bell.
Yeah.
Yes, Frór and Fatimer. Let's go to
Fatimer. Perhaps Fatimer could call upon his eagle friends.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Do you recall what the eagles told you when you rescued them?
I think it was like call for Padrival or something.
Padrival. That was
Yeah.
the name of the eagle. Call his name. I'm glad you remembered.
Yes.
Call his name and he would come to your aid. Let's, there's no opening volley. If you want to choose a close combat stance, as the Balrog is nigh. Now, the way I picture this, probably leading the way is going to be Frór and Fatimer with the bell. Maybe Craic is behind them, and then the 2 dwarves are in the rear.
Oh, it's not letting me change my combat.
It's not letting you? Oh, I didn't click close combat. Now try it. Now it'll work. So we've got the 2 dwarves, probably shoulder to shoulder, axes in hands, begin to chant, Baruch Kazad, Kazad Aimenu, as they see Durin's Bane ahead of them. Craic is behind them, and then up in front of them, nearing the top, is Frór and Fatimer. Vidar, you're up first. Oh, actually, hang on. Sorry, before you roll. This is a new combat, so you get the Flame of Udun. I'm sorry, not Flame of Udun. The Thing of Terror. So I need everyone to make a Valor roll. If you fail, you'll gain 3 shadow points, and you cannot spend hope. Vidar gains 3 points of shadow and cannot spend hope. Frór gains 1 shadow and can spend hope. Ooh, Craic, same thing. You cannot spend hope, and you gain 3 shadow. Thranin, same thing. So the only one that can spend hope is Frór. In this battle, if you get out of the battle, you can spend hope. And then everyone takes 3 shadow, except for Frór only takes 1. And Vidar should be miserable. And Thranin should be weary. Let me just mark those.
I think I have to change my stance.
Miserable. And Thranin is weary. Oh, and we've got Thranin is out of hope. He is hopeless.
Yep.
Vidar, you're up first. Oh, what a hit.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, so Durin's Bane.
That is 2 endurance for everybody. If you're hurt.
Yes, so everyone will gain 2 endurance. The Balrog has what's called Demon of Might. It is immune to endurance loss and wounds from all sources of injury except for magical weapons. And it can spend 1 hate to cancel a wound from such weapons unless they've been wrought for the bane of the enemy itself. So your weapon is magical, so it will do damage to this. It will spend a point of hate to cancel. If it is a wound, it's going to make a protection roll. If it's a wound, it will spend a point of hate to cancel it. Nope, it's already protected. But everyone does gain 2 points of endurance. Now, when you hit it in close combat, it has the Flame of Udun. I need you to roll a feat die. Nice. You will lose 2 points of endurance. And up next is Craic. Nice. 12 damage, and that is a magical weapon. He will take that hit. Roll a feat die to see how much damage you take from the fire that blasts out around you.
Just 1dF?
Yep, 1dF.
Okay.
You take 5 points of endurance.
Okay.
And Thranin, you're up next.
Butcher's Blade. Ooh, I'm weary and miserable.
Nice. Force a protection roll. He is protected. And roll a feat die to see how much endurance loss you have from fire. Ooh, 8 points. That drops you to 3. Fatimer, you've got the bell. You're close. Do you urge Frór onwards? You can hear the sound of fighting just below you. You can hear the screams and smell the burning beard hair and flesh. It's like some weird barbecue down there. What do you do? Do you continue to take the bell up to the top? Do you urge Frór, let us make haste and I will call Padrival?
Yeah, just keep going.
Frór, do you keep going? You hear your fellow dwarves suffering mightily down below. You hear a loud cry that you know is Thranin as he is overwhelmed by heat, his voice dry and scratchy.
Yes, I know that we need to get this bell to the top, but I will take up the Song of Durin and sing it as mighty as I can.
Give me a song roll. Nice. Alright, I'm going to take weary off of those that are weary. You will not be weary for the remainder of the battle. So let me take that off. It'll say you should be weary, but I'm just going to take it off. Excellent. All right. And now Durin's Bane. He is Might 3, so he gets 3 attacks. The first thing he will do is a dreadful spell. He can spend 1 hate to make 1 player hero gain 3 shadow points, and you have to make a wisdom roll against sorcery. If you fail your shadow test, or if you are become miserable, you will fall unconscious and may be roused only with a song roll. Otherwise, you wake up after 1 hour. I'm going to roll to see who he does this on. Which of the brave souls? Thranin.
I almost said, should I just go ahead and roll now? Or...
Give me a wisdom roll. And you have no hope to spend. You need a Gandalf.
Nope.
Ooh. Thranin, you fall unconscious. You may only be roused with a song roll. As you drop, as the Balrog points its flaming sword at you, and you feel yourself simply falling backwards as though your soul has left your body, and everything is dark.
As I fall, I will tell the others, Run, you fools!
Fly, you fools. The Balrog will lash out with its flaming sword at Craic. And misses. It will slash at you again with the sword. It has 3 attacks. Oh, that's a piercing blow plus a heavy blow.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. So you need to make that protection roll. Now, before you do, he's going to spend a point of hate. He's going to do horrible strength. If he scores a piercing blow, he spends 1 hate to make your protection roll ill-favored. So he's down to 10 hate. So when you do your protection roll, you'll click on the feat die and choose worse.
I had lost connection for a couple seconds, and the Foundry reset. So I've been sitting on a black screen for a little bit, so I can't actually roll the protection roll. Oh wait, it's coming back.
Is it coming back? Okay. If not, I was going to jump ahead, but just do it ill-favored.
Here we go. Okay, I'm back. Roll the protection roll. Oh, I'm wounded.
Okay, click on where it says injury roll. Okay, 2 days, not bad. But 1 more wound and you are dying. With its last attack, it will swing its flaming sword at Vidar.
Whoa, it says I'm down to 1 endurance now. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you took 20 points of damage, plus you got wounded.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a tough hit.
Okay.
On Vidar.
This is a 4th attack, isn't it?
No, so his spell doesn't count as an attack. He can do it at any point. So it's just his physical attacks. This is going to be a heavy blow. Vidar, do you want to get knocked back on this? Since you weren't wounded, you can make it a knockback. You'll take 10, otherwise you'll take 20, and you'll be unconscious next to your other dwarf friend.
Ooh, well. Yeah, he doesn't even have 20 points, so I guess it's a big sword. Yeah. I'll take the knockback.
Take the knockback? Okay, that puts you at 7. And then I'm going to put you into a rearward stance for next round. Okay, that's the end of round 1. We go to round 2. If you want to change stances, Thranin, you are unconscious. So there is no changing of stances for you. Craic, if you're ready, you're up. You and your 1 hit point.
Yeah. Oh, everybody else backed up.
No, Vidar got knocked back, and Thranin got knocked unconscious.
Would I actually be able to meaningfully heal myself with my King's Foil and everything?
With a magical success, you could.
I'm not allowed to use hope.
Oh, yeah, you're miserable. Or you're not the miserable. You had the spell on you.
Yeah, I failed that roll.
You could. That's so. The King's Foil's not magical. If you want to try to create space to maybe try and get away from this thing, you can. To retreat, you need to make a battle roll, and if you pass, then you essentially can get away. You go back to the rearward, and then the next round, if you're not in close combat, you can escape.
Okay, so battle roll.
Battle.
Okay. No, that was
You got a 1.
worst possible.
geez.
Worst possible result.
Well, you could have got an Eye of Sauron. That would have been worse, but this was one step above that. Yeah, you try to back away, and you actually are stumbling over the body of Thranin as you try.
So do I stay in that forward stance?
Yep. So you'll stay in
Okay.
the forward stance. Do you want to make an attack?
Yeah, I guess if I'm stuck here, I might as well take a swing. Right
Maybe he's
before I go
beat down far enough you'll kill him.
Oh, I guess I need to target him. Yeah.
If this was Dragonbane, he wouldn't have blood coming out of him yet. But you guys beat Angalath, the big centipede. Ooh,
Oh, 2 away.
just missed.
Yep.
The good news is since you didn't hit him, you don't take the fire damage.
That's true.
Thranin, you are unconscious. Only a song
Okay.
roll will rouse you, and that would be from one of your allies. Hold on. Frór was singing a song. So Vidar, So I forgot Frór was singing a battle song, so we're not weary at all, and so you will. That will rouse you. You regain your feet. If you want to attack, you can, Thranin.
What? Huh? What happened?
Does that mean we're all not weary?
Yes. So no one should have the effects of weary. Thranin. He is protected, but Arglat, the butcher's blade, bites into him. Now, the bad part, you need to roll a feat die, 1df, to see how much fire damage you take.
As he goes down, he will say it was all worth it.
Oh, 1. You're still on your feet. Not dead yet. Vidar, you're in rearward. You could, if you have something here, you could take a shot. Otherwise, it'll take you around to get back up, or you can run.
He'll use around, get back up.
Yeah. Fatimer, you are up at the top with the bell. You up ahead. You can see on the last few steps there's snow, and you nearly burst into tears at seeing this snow. And as your feet crunch on that fresh snow, you reach up at the top and you realize you're at the top of one of the tallest peaks of the Misty Mountains. And surveying all around you, there's a small little building, a gable here, a gazebo, I guess, with some columns. You may have seen it in the Two Towers when Gandalf fights the Balrog up at the top of the mountain. This is where he went and fought him. And you look all around you, and all you see is just open, wild, and there are no steps leading down. There's no escape from here. You're up here with the bell. You've made it out of Moria, but where to go now? What does Fatimer do?
Well, I think I need to call for the eagles to come help us.
So what do you call out? Do you hoot like a barn owl?
I screech like an eagle.
Ah.
And I call for Padraval.
You remember... Wait, say that again. Padragol?
Padraval.
Padraval, yes, with a V.
Yeah.
As you call out the name, you hear your voice echoing through the mountains. Give me a song roll.
Ooh, and I can't use hope
No.
because of the spell?
Yep.
Okay.
You call out, and as your echo fades out, you scan the clouds and see nothing. But you cling to that hope. Frór, you look at Fatimer and you see tears welling in Fatimer's eyes as he calls out the name Padraval, and his voice echoes across the mountains until it fades out. What does Frór do?
Here, little Fatimer. I will hand him my water skin. Clear your throat and try again. I know your friend will come.
Now, Frór, you can hear the sound of your companions dying down below. Vidar has 7 hit points. Craic has 1. Thranin has 2. You've got the bell and the Axe of Durin up here. What does Frór do? Do you stay up here until you know the eagles have come?
I need to see that Fatimer makes it. Need to see him off, so I will wait just a moment to make sure that Fatimer's little friend, the eagles, will come and carry him to safety.
Durin's Bane. The whip of many thongs lashes out at Vidar. Even a knockback is going to knock you unconscious, Vidar.
Yeah, I don't know why I bothered earlier.
I know. If this is the end of Vidar, tell me what happens. Narrate this for me.
Well, it's like, as ever, Vidar's just... we all know we're not going to defeat this thing. He's just holding the line.
Right.
And I think, holding the line in Moria, what more glorious death could he hope for?
Absolutely. The whip of many thongs lashes out across you, and 6 searing hot lashes cross your face and chest, melting through your breastplate, singeing your face and beard. Your left eye turns to blackened jelly and oozes down your face as you fall backwards. It then turns its attention on Craic. And it lashes at you with the whip of many thongs. Oh my hell.
Oh, wow.
Give me a protection roll. Well, you're protected. You're not wounded. But you take 42 damage. You have 1, so a knockback's not going to help you. If this is the end of Craic, tell me how this goes down.
Craic falls to his knees, and he turns to look back at Frór, and he raises his hand as if to wave goodbye, and he says the words, "Ring the bell," and then he just falls over.
The last lash comes in at Thranin. Been through hell and back. The song brought you back to your feet. Not even a knockback will save you. If this be the end of Thranin, how do you go down?
Well, I turn my head and look at Frór and tell him, get away. As the lash wraps around me, I slam into the wall and then down the stairwell.
Oof. Like a discarded
At least I
child's
will be
toy.
at the bottom, closer to the heart of Moria.
All right. We go back to Fatimer and Frór. You hear the screams and squeals of the dying down below. Fatimer?
I guess I need to ring the bell.
What do you ring it with?
I'll take out my little sword and hit it against the bell. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna continue calling out for Padrival.
As you call out Padrival and ring the bell, snow begins to cascade off the peak of the mountain. The sunlight crests above the peaks, casting light through the valley. And to the west, in the clouds, as you gaze, hoping beyond hope, give me a scan roll.
Yeah.
You see a shape.
Oof.
A black silhouette at first. Great wings beating as it races towards you in the sky, calling out. Frór, you see the eagle coming for you and Fatimer, for the bell and the axe. You hear the sounds of your companions dying down below. What do you do?
I will ring the bell once more with Durin's axe and then turn to Fatimer and say, "Go now, little hobbit. Tell Balin that shadow and flame still yet lies in Durin's halls. I must go now, Fatimer. I fear that our company has come to an end, and at most I know that my time has come to an end, and it draws near. Khazad-dûm is to be my tomb, but yours has not come yet. Go now, little Fatimer. Go back to the Shire. Farewell, kindly hobbit, farewell." And I will march down the stairs to buy Fatimer time and fight the Balrog.
Yeah,
Against all odds, I will protect Fatimer if I can.
Hearing the sound of the dying, you know that if you do not go down there, the Balrog may reach Fatimer before Padrival arrives. And you head down into the depths. Now, Frór, do you want to roll a battle against the Balrog, or do you want to do this narratively?
I will let you narrate it.
Okay. You head down the steps. We'll narrate this from Fatimer's point of view. Fatimer, you hear Frór clomp down the steps as Padrival approaches, and your heart is torn. You want to be with your friend, but if you die, all of this has been in vain. You hear the lashing of a mighty whip, the clashing of sword upon the shield of Smaug. Not even the Balrog's fire can pierce through that shield. But the air is stifling around Frór. His beard, the tips of the hairs begin to ignite. His face chars and blackens as he swings Durin's axe again and again at the Balrog. The Balrog takes a step back, unsure of where this axe gained the power that it feels now against it. Yet soon shadow descends over the halls, and Fatimer, as Padrival nears, you hear the sounds beneath you begin to quiet and grow still. And as Padrival circles overhead, descending down to you rapidly, you put your hand on the bell and wonder if it's all been worth it. And you notice that the ring you wear with the 7 stars, the light flickers, and goes out. Let's jump ahead 1 year. 1 year from this day, Fatimer, where are you?
Well, I think I would have done as Frór wished and gone back to the Shire. After I had presented Balin with the bell, of course, I would have, and also told him about the axe and how it fell with Frór, but we had it in our hands, and it's still in Moria, but we had it. And after I would have gone back to the Shire, and I would have put my adventuring gear away and put my treasure away. And by day in the Shire, I would be cultivating 4 trees in my garden, one for each of my friends and companions who were lost. And by night, I would be sitting by the Shire, or by the fire.
The Shire fire.
I would be sitting by the fire and holding the ring. Although its light had gone out, I remember who gave it to me and the sacrifices that my friends made.
As you're sitting by the fire thinking about your friends, you look over at those flames that seem alive on that wood, and a shudder runs up and down your spine, even in these peaceful moments. Sometimes those memories linger as the fire consumes the log. You turn your mind to other things. 22 years later, in the year 2989, Balin returned to Moria. It took 2 decades to convince Dane that it was a worthwhile expedition. 20 years. Dwarves move at the pace of a glacier. 20 years is not too long for them. But one day in the year 2989, Balin reclaims the Lost Halls. And one day as he climbs the endless stair near the top, he finds the Axe of Durin, untarnished, unbroken, in a hall filled with soot. And next to the axe he finds 4 blackened skulls. 3 stout of the dwarves, 1 fair of the ranger. And he takes the 4 skulls and the axe and returns to the chamber of Mazarbul, where but a few years later he will be buried. And there he places those 4 skulls with all of the honors of the dwarves. A group of his generals, of his sergeants and leaders in his army that have come to retake the halls, kneel before the shrine where the Axe of Durin rests with those 4 skulls. And 4 names are carved into the stone: Vidar, Frór, Craic, and Thranin. And for the remainder of his life, every night that he spends in Moria, he will offer thanks and a toast to those 4 souls who lost their lives, as well as to Haldor and Link and Fatimer, somewhere far from here, enjoying the comforts of the Shire. And that's the end. Awesome. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Incredible.
That was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. The game is only as good as the players, and you guys made it amazing. I was hoping beyond hope someone ring the bell, and yeah, you nailed it. So wonderful work. I've been thinking, how is this going to end? And I figured there's no way that a dwarf will willingly leave Moria. The opportunity to live and die here is the dream of every dwarf. I figured there's no way they leave Moria. I thought for sure Fatimer and maybe the Ranger escape. But, if someone's got to get out, it should be the peace-loving Hobbit. And the rest, will have that enduring fame that Achilles longed for. It's better to die young and famous than old and forgotten. Old and forgotten's okay for Fatimer, but not for the rest. Now, this was based on the Moria Through the Doors of Durin book for the One Ring. I took all the locations out of there. I added a bunch of my own stuff and expanded on some things and changed a few things. But in general, this was what one could build from the book. Now, the book does not have a campaign. It just has locations, and then you put everything together. So it does take some work to put a campaign like this together. I think it was really rewarding. And let's do just a quick debrief. I'm going to end this video, and if you guys have just a few minutes, let's just do a quick debrief on what you liked about the campaign, maybe what you didn't like. Would you recommend a Moria-type dungeon crawl or the One Ring? So let's end this, and we'll get back to that here in just a second. Let me just close this video.